Hey, Limitless fam. All right, I just want to read something to you as we're coming into 4th of July weekend. We're going to actually be stepping into First Corinthians chapter 1. But with it being the 4th of July weekend, I just wanted to share some thoughts from a founding father, specifically about the 4th of July holiday. This is from someone called Elias Boudinot. I'll add another video here on the app so you can see a little bit about him and a quote from him. But this was a very prominent, influential founding father. He was a president within the Congress, Continental Congress. He signed the peace treaty. He was a director of Mint. He was appointed by George Washington to that. He was also appointed by George Washington to take care of prisoners of war during the Revolution, and he was representative in Congress. He did lots of stuff. He founded he founded the American Bible Society, and he was a prominent voice when it came to abolition and women's rights within early America as well. And so, I mean, that's, kind of some background on this guy. But wanted to read what he says about the 4th of July, about Independence Day. All right. So, this is a quote from him, an address that he made at Elizabethtown in New Jersey. And he said this. He said, "The deliverance of the children of Israel from the state of bondage to an unreasonable tyrant was perpetuated by the Paschal, the Passover lamb, and enjoining it on their posterity, their children, their generations to come, as an annual festival forever, with a remember this day in which ye came out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage." He's quoting Exodus chapter 13 there. He says, "Let us then, my friends and fellow citizens, unite all our endeavors this day to remember with reverential gratitude to our supreme benefactor all the wonderful things he has done for us in our miraculous deliverance from a second Egypt, another house of bondage." And then he goes on to quote, "And thou shalt show thy son on this day, saying, This day is kept as a day of joy and gladness because of the great things the Lord hath done for us. When we were delivered from a threatening power of an invading foe." Jumps back into quote saying, "And it shall be a sign unto thee upon thine hand, and for a memorial between thine eyes, that the law of the Lord may be in thy mouth. For with a strong hand," that's where the quote ends, "hast thou been delivered from thine enemies." He goes back into quoting, "Thou shalt therefore keep this ordinance in its season from year to year forever." Again, he's quoting Exodus 13 there, but he's referring to Independence Day, the 4th of July. "Thou shalt therefore keep this ordinance in its season from year to year forever." And you see the correlation that he makes there, and the act upon which we're supposed to take during this holiday is a place of gratitude, remembering that it was by God's hand, by his mercy, by his grace that we were granted independence. And so I just found that pretty interesting. I'll also share another video in here that has another quote from him talking about the value of scripture and the value of us having discipleship within our homes. And so I will share that as well. But I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. We'll be going over First Corinthians chapter 1. Look forward to seeing you here 10 o'clock on Sunday. Love you. As we do these things, as we take time, even during these holidays throughout the year, even the national holidays, to remember what God has done and give Him thanks and gratitude, we will build relationships that change lives.